All right, what's going on, football fans? Week 15 rookie left tackle video. Season's winding to an end. Very good week for all three of these guys. All three consistent. Mekhi Becton was very good against the Rams. Congrats on the win, Mekhi Becton. Jedrick was really solid against the Browns. And then Andrew Thomas was very solid against the Giants. And congrats, Browns fans, on the win. Congrats. I think you guys play the Jets this week, which will be another interesting game, at least left tackle wise. And then Andrew Thomas was really good against the Browns. I get Myles Garrett had COVID, but you play who you play. So really good week for all three of these guys. We're gonna start with Andrew Thomas, but first, if you like these videos, please like and subscribe. And we're gonna be doing all kinds of off-season stuff, draft stuff. If you're not a Giants fan, because I know it all says Giants. It's mostly Giants, but we're going to be doing a bunch of stuff in the offseason. So let's start off with Andrew Thomas. All right, Andrew Thomas, Week 15 versus the Cleveland Browns. He was really good in this game. They gave up a sack on the second to last play, which sucks because it was a pretty much flawless game for Andrew Thomas in this game. And he was going up against Myles Garrett. And I know that Myles Garrett had COVID, but he's been back for 3 weeks. And I get he was breathing hard. But, I saw him line up on the guard and him school the guard. So, like I said, I know he's not at full impact, but you play who you play. And to be real, I think a banged-up Myles Garrett is better competition than the other two face. I mean, we know, I'm speaking from experience with the Giants. Carter Coughlin was really no match for Jedrick Wills. And then the Rams, we played them. You're not meant. I don't even remember those guys' names besides Leonard Floyd, and I don't think Leonard Floyd was matching up one more time. So I get that he had COVID, but it's still very impressive to me against a guy, Myles Garrett, who was in the running for Defensive Player of the Year. So let's go through it. I actually spent a lot of time on this on the Giants O-line report, Giants fans, so I'm not going to spend as much time as we did on that. But it was a very clear, we're going to get Andrew Thomas around the pocket. This was the goal, was we're going to get Myles Garrett outside the pocket. And he's helping inside. And opens those hips. Gets on and is able to wash him around. That's nothing crazy. But we're starting. What type of depth are we getting him at? We're getting him back at 3, 8, 9 yards. 9 yards. That's a win against Myles Garrett every time. And that's what they were doing consistently. Again, this is on a third down, too. Myles Garrett shows an inside fake. Thomas doesn't overreact. He doesn't overset. He doesn't jump inside. Opens those hips up. Where are we opening those hips up? We're opening those hips up at 4.5, 5 yards. And then you're pushing them outside the pocket on third down at 11, 12 yards. That's a good win against Myles Garrett. He's not totally shutting him down on the sideline, but against Myles Garrett, that is the goal. Get him around the pocket, and then these guys got to give the QB a pocket to step up into. Again, this is good stuff, man. Opening those hips up at 3 yards, which is a little too early. Like I said, their game plan was to get Myles Garrett running around the pocket, and that's what he did the entire night. That's a freaking win right there. Nice pocket. Garrett goes to spin out it, and Thomas isn't leaning. He's ready. So just in case, Colt McCoy's around here scrambling around, Thomas is ready for it. And then this is the sack. Marcus Golden did this in the fourth quarter to him last week, which is he's got to be ready for this. Teams are going to start doing this to him. Sorry. They're going to do that inside counter. They're going to try and get him to jump inside. You see that right foot? Watch happens. As soon as Garrett gives him that inside look, the right foot goes down, which he's been trained to do, which he wasn't doing early, which is awesome. But then he realizes going outside, and he punches and leans to try and overcompensate for not having that kick slide, to not getting vertical. And that allows Myles Garrett to get around the edge. And then all of this is screwed up in the middle, too. So, McCoy has nowhere to move up in the pocket. The right tackle screws up, too. But this is, we talked about this last week with Thomas. If they're not going to be able to get around the edge, the old-fashioned way or beat them inside, they're gonna try that. And then the run game, just some freaking bully ball, man. This is what I love about Andrew Thomas. He's just a freaking bully. Some double teams. We're gonna go through some double teams. I mean, look at where these two move together. This is a good double team. You're hip to hip. I mean, dude, you can't fit a slice of paper through there. Hip to hip, driving their feet, just destroying this dude. 5 yards back, putting him on his ass. I mean, that's beautiful stuff. This one's more on the guard, but I wanted to put it in there because Thomas does, use his right arm. Again, this is more on the guard, but this is where I talk about with Wills, like, sometimes just be a bully, man. Like, yeah, his feet are skinny, but putting the hand on him and just bully. And here he's helping with the tight end. And just clears a freaking lane. Watch. Helps with the tight end against Garrett. Then comes down to the defensive tackle with the guard. And just clears him out. And guess what? That leaves a cutback for the running back. The running back is running right off of his ass. And just clears a lane. And ends up rolling on top of the guy. That's always a win. Always a win. So, good week for Andrew Thomas. Sucks they had that sack at the end of the game. Bam. All right, Jedrick Wills, week 15 versus the Giants. First, Browns fans, I will say congratulations on your victory. Your offense looked really good. I will say, now, he tore us up because we were, missing a couple corners. But I will say I was very proud of our run defense. I thought, I watch you guys literally every week, and I love your guys' run offense. Like, I think it's amazing. I think the way it sets up play action is beautiful. But I thought the Giants did a good job of containing these edges and then forcing the cutback. And then when you're forcing the cutback and you have Leonard, Dexter Lawrence, Dalvin, and Blake on the inside, I thought they did a good job. But anyways, we're here to talk about Jedrick Wills. He had a pretty good game. Patrick Graham didn't pass rush him a ton, just because we really don't have the guys on the edge. So if they were dropping 3, the guy they weren't rushing usually was Wills. But when Wills had his matchup with number 49, Carter Coughlin, I mean, he handled him pretty easily. He embarrassed him a couple times, which we'll go through. But nothing eventful from Jedrick Wills. I mean, this is eventful. This is, we talked about last week how Wills, he likes to, when they try to bull rush, he likes to dump the guys. This is later in the game. I think Wills just realized, like, hey, I am just so much more athletic, faster, stronger than Carter Coughlin, that when Coughlin tried this bull rush, he realized he could do this. Now, this is a hold. He just slams him down. But I think he realized, like, hey, I can get away with that because if you can do it like that, that's not going to get called holding. Now, he knew he could get away with against Carter Coughlin because if there's someone like he didn't think he could do that to, it would pull like this and then they'd pop back up and they call holding. But, I mean, listen, it's not holding if they don't call it. That's my motto. I mean, just slams him down. That is so embarrassing for number 49, Carter Coughlin. I'm going to try and not use all these guys' names. Like, Browns fans, you probably don't know who Devontae Downs is. Actually, I'm skipping this play because I put it in the wrong order, but you can just watch it. Bullies Carter Coughlin, but we'll talk about it. And then, so like I said, we're sticking with the pass reps. I mean, just kind of like Carter Coughlin was light work for Jedrick Wills. Setting out towards him, uses the left hand to place, right hand to punch. Gets those hands off of him. And the play's over at that point. I mean, this is, they're showing that they're going to either blitz or pop out. Like, they don't know what's coming. So he sets out to Coughlin. Opens up his hips a little early, but not too bad. Gets that punch. That initial punch. Or, like, moving the hands off of him. This is what I've been saying about Jedrick Wills all year, and this isn't like he needs to work on his technique. When you have this, just literally sit down on him, lay down on him. But anyways, that's a really good block. Pretty simple here. This is something he got beat with on like the first play of the game last week, but he's jump setting to 57. He sees that inside move, and he's ready for it because he sees this player lined up, so he figures that 57 is going to slant in, sets for it. I mean, that base is so wide. His feet work are so beautiful. Good hands. Just an easy win. An easy win for Jedrick Wills. And then in the run game, nothing special this week, but a good combo. Like that is help. That's what we call some help right there. You know, they're not doubling to linebacker, but just gives us help. And watch, Dalvin's right here, and Dalvin, he's no slouch. And just, lights him up. I watch Dalvin every week. That doesn't happen to him. Just puts that shoulder into him. Gives him a good lick and, puts him on the inside shoulder of 75. And then does a good job getting to Blake. I don't know if 53 was supposed to curl around and hit this backer, but good job on Wills right there. If 53 picks up Peppers, that might be a big run. And then this got called back for clipping on Conklin, but good help on Dexter Lawrence, getting him on the inside shoulder of Botino, and then beautiful job sealing off Blake Martinez. Like, he scores this touchdown. This is a Jedrick Wills touchdown for me. Now, obviously he got called back, but like I said, getting him on the inside shoulder, and then just you can't do a better job sealing the linebacker off. And Blake Martinez, who, and you saw Browns fans, he's a good player. And then we'll come back to this rep. Just, bam, just nice punch. Nice punch. Gets him off balance, puts him on the ground. I get he gets a little help from Hooper, but that's not Hooper. That is a nice punch. Look how wide his feet are. He's got low pad level. I mean, Carter Coughlin's like, he's not very big, and he's got lower pad level than Carter Coughlin. Good stuff. So a good solid week for Jedrick Wills, but I feel like I'm saying that most weeks. All right, Mekhi Becton, week 15 in a win. And a win versus the Rams. Gets to experience his first win in the NFL. I'm happy for him, and I'm happy for these two guys. I think they deserve to win. I know Jets fans, you're pissed off right now. But hey, take solace in this from a Giants fan. The only two number one overall picks to win a Super Bowl since after Peyton Manning were Eli Manning and David Carr, and both were for the Giants. Both on the same team. So anyways, let's get into the freaking film. Mekhi Becton had a really good game against the Rams. I mean, he was basically flawless in the pass. We'll go through one rep, and then he fixes it the next, like 5 minutes later. So good stuff in the pass game. In the run game, when they ran to his side, he was really good, but it seemed like the Jets weren't running towards him a ton. Didn't have like the big bam of the week. But he had a nice pancake, so we'll go through it. Let's go through some of the pass. Just good reps. I mean, this is, like I said, this isn't nothing special. The Rams, they don't really have much else on the edge. I know they have Floyd, but he's nothing special. Just locks on, and then once Becton's locked on guys in the pass, I mean, it's over. He just totally controls them. He's got good feet and strength, and he just controls dudes. Again, simple. I mean, this isn't Becton doing anything crazy. It's just him working out towards 58. 58 actually gets his, he gets his punch off first, but Becton is just able to hey, you can try and one arm me and bull, you're not going to do it. And then Darnold runs up in the pocket. It's just simple and good. And his punch, not leaning, leaning a little bit, but not really. Gets that hand fight off. Here's the spin. Okay. So, what happens on this? He expects that 45's coming around the edge. He goes with it. He leans into it. He lets his feet get crossed up a little bit. Lets his feet get crossed up, and 45 spins out of it. Now this is actually I don't want to say that because it's hard to remember every play, but he hasn't had this happen to him. But you see the right foot. The right foot, he feels it, and then 45 spins off of him. Well, guess what? We got 45 again. Try that spin. 45. Coming from a wide 9 technique. Goes for that spin. Do the feet get crossed up? No, they do not. A little click. A little foot click right there. But the right foot does not come across like he's trying to push him around the pocket. He's ready for that inside counter. And I always say this, whenever they spin, just play the piano on his back. Now, that's not the greatest spin, but good stuff. He had one bad play, fixes it on the next drive. And the one bad play wasn't even that bad. So really, really good, solid game in the past. Nothing special. In the run game, we'll start off with a nice freaking pancake. Like I said, now, with Becton, he pancakes guys so much, and it looks so cool, that a play like this doesn't get the love that it would for other guys. But, I mean, just look at this punch. Watch the punch and watch the other guy's shoulder pads. I mean, it just totally throws guys off. So that's not the best Mekhi Becton play, but that's an awesome play. Here, we got him coming out here in the run game. Just moves him with one arm. I mean, just look at the way he moves an NFL defensive end with one arm. And just moves him. Now everything happens badly on the back end because Aaron Donald's a beast. I wish there was some more Becton versus Aaron Donald reps, but it's just not going to happen a ton. And then here again, run out again. One arm moving. Now, does this play end up working? No, but let's say 67, and these are able to get here. I mean, Becton has created a freaking hole right there. He just moves guys. It's beautiful. Now, and the thing is he can get better. Like, he can not have his feet, get all skinny like that on this. But he's just so strong. Just moves dudes. And then here, where's Mekhi Becton? I don't see him. Oh, he's at wide receiver. How about freaking that? Most offensive line, when you get this opportunity, they usually take it super serious, but my phone just keeps on getting blown up. But you have a little more fun with that, Mekhi Becton. You get to line up there, put your hands up like you're going to run around. Have a little more fun with that one. Anyways, really good week for Mekhi Becton. Solid, good stuff. Good week for Mekhi Becton.